In this trial, we examine the delicate balance between thoughtfulness and overstepping boundaries. Who is responsible for the fallout? And more importantly, was anyone truly in the wrong? Welcome back to the courtroom. Today, I present the case of the birthday surprise that went too far. It all began with Emma and her longtime partner, Derek. They had been dating for 3 years, and as the next milestone approached, Emma wanted to do something special. A birthday surprise, something unforgettable. Emma's idea was elaborate. She planned an intimate gathering, secretly inviting a handful of Derek's closest friends. She booked a private rooftop venue, arranged for catering, and even hired a local musician to perform Derek's favorite songs. On paper, it was perfect, thoughtful, romantic. But as jurors consider the subtle pressures here, Emma assumed she knew Derek's comfort zone perfectly, and she did not. The plan was set for a Friday evening. Derek, unsuspecting, came home from work exhausted. Emma greeted him at the door with a bright smile, promising a special evening. She could sense excitement building in her chest, but she also sensed tension. Derek had been working late all week. Emails, deadlines, calls, and Emma's elaborate surprise, while well-intentioned, collided with a man who was mentally drained and seeking quiet. The rooftop looked stunning. Fairy lights draped across the perimeter, soft jazz filled the air, and the city lights sparkled below. Emma led Derek inside. "Surprise!" she shouted, expecting delight. But Derek froze. Not because he disliked the setup, but because he hadn't anticipated so many people, so much noise, so much expectation. His mind raced. "I can't handle this right now," he muttered. Emma felt her stomach drop. She had envisioned laughter, hugs, and Derek's eyes lighting up. Instead, she was met with hesitation. Friends approached, waving, smiling, trying to break the tension. Derek smiled politely, but the energy in the air had shifted. Emma's excitement began to wobble. She whispered under her breath, "Why isn't he happy? I planned everything for him." And that is where escalation began. The first sign of real conflict. Derek excused himself from the group. He needed air. Emma followed, heart racing, unsure whether she should let him calm down or insist on explaining. "What's wrong?" she asked. "I'm overwhelmed," he admitted. Emma paused, questioning herself. Was it really too much? Had she misread the situation entirely? Emma decided to take matters into her own hands. She asked the friends to leave, claiming they had to make it a smaller, more intimate celebration. Derek's relief was immediate, but so was his guilt. He felt he had spoiled Emma's carefully laid plans. And here's the twist. Emma, seeing Derek's guilt, began to question whether she had done the right thing in forcing the crowd away. Should she have let him handle it his way? Or was she justified in reshaping the night to fit his comfort level? The story reached Reddit, and opinions were split immediately. One commenter wrote, "Emma's heart was in the right place, but you can't force someone to feel excitement. She misjudged his mental state." Another offered a contrasting view. "Derek should have communicated earlier. 3 years in, he should have known she wanted to do something big. She did her best." The court of public opinion was already divided. Some praised Emma's thoughtfulness, others criticized her inability to read the room. Later, as the night continued, Derek tried to express gratitude, but the tension lingered. Emma's internal frustration built quietly. She questioned whether all the effort, all the planning, was wasted. "I just wanted him to be happy," she thought. Was that so wrong? Derek, meanwhile, felt cornered. He didn't want to hurt Emma's feelings, but he also felt his boundaries were overlooked. The conversation turned sharp at one point, a single misinterpreted comment escalating into an argument. "Maybe I shouldn't have tried to fix everything for you," Derek muttered. "Maybe you should have trusted me to plan something for you," Emma shot back. The friends had long gone. It was just the two of them, and the night, once promising, now hung on the edge of collapse. Reddit weighed in again. A critic said, "She clearly didn't listen. Over-planning can feel controlling." Derek's reaction is understandable. A neutral perspective read, "Both made mistakes. Emma's intentions were good. Derek could have expressed his stress sooner. Classic miscommunication." This split reflects the moral gray area. There's no clear villain. There are just people navigating expectations and emotional limits. Let's deliberate. Was Emma justified in orchestrating the evening, or did Derek's discomfort indicate she overstepped? Consider, effort and intention don't always equate to emotional alignment. Could Derek have handled his exhaustion differently? Could Emma have tempered her plans? Was the miscommunication enough to label this as a failure, or merely a lesson in empathy? Imagine if this had happened earlier in their relationship. Would Derek have been more adaptable? Would Emma have anticipated his stress better? Or imagine if she had done nothing, no surprise, no plan, no music. Would Derek have felt unloved? Every choice changes the dynamic. Every decision carries risk. Weeks later, Emma and Derek discussed the night in depth. They realized the event was never about success or failure. It was about understanding boundaries and communicating intentions. Emma adjusted future celebrations to match Derek's comfort level. Derek worked on expressing his feelings proactively so surprises wouldn't backfire. The emotional fallout wasn't dramatic. It was subtle, slow, and enduring. Lessons were learned. Growth occurred. This case ends without a traditional verdict. Was Emma's surprise justified? Was Derek too rigid? Or were they both navigating an unpredictable emotional landscape? Your opinion matters. Comment below. Who, if anyone, crossed the line? Or was this just an ordinary miscommunication blown up by high expectations? Remember, in internet court, your voice shapes the discussion. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, consider hitting like and subscribe. It's always appreciated.